Hello, everyone, and welcome to another evening of using the tools we have to make 26 our best year ever. And while we've definitely been talking about, using different things for our kitchen witching, our self-blessing jar, the motivation jar we did the other night, all those things, let's talk about stuff that quite literally you don't even have to do other than just remember you have it. And the thing that we're going to use to help us with that one is the Magician card. This is one of the best cards in the entire tarot deck that I probably vibe the most with, because the Magician isn't about having rare tools, perfect focus, or unlimited energy, because I can tell you right now, I don't have any of those. The Magician is more about recognizing what's already within reach and learning how to use it intentionally. Whenever this card pops up, it's about remembering our capabilities, because too often we forget what we can do on our own without anything crazy and special. When we're waiting for the right moment, we're stopping ourselves. And we really don't need something more before we can begin anything. Today's video, we're going to look at our everyday objects as more than everyday objects. Reframe the idea of power as a presence and a choice, and do a quick simple visualization exercise to reconnect with our own agency. This is actual practical magic that fits in our real life. If you happen to have a tarot deck, excellent. Now's a great time to pull out your Magician card. If not, no worries. We just kind of need to check out the imagery a little bit here. Now, obviously mine's a little different, but can we really knock Dr. Facilier here back on track? So when we look at our Magician card, we typically see one hand reaching upward and one reaching downward. The one reaching upward is about our intention, which actually, you know what, we can actually agree is some of the tools that Dr. Facilier has in this card right here. He has the intention of making magic happen. And the one in a traditional one, the hand pointing downward, is action, which actually, again, works very well with this card right here, because his action is the talisman, the tarot cards he holds, the voodoo doll. Even his shadow is a form of action. And this altogether tells us something very important. Power flows through us, not from outside of us. We can tap into anything in the universe if we give ourselves permission, because the Magician doesn't wait. They work with what's on the table. And again, with any Magician card, you'll find various tools in the works to make things happen, what's already on hand. And that's the lesson. You don't need more tools. You need just some clarity on what you already have and a little ingenuity on how to best use it. Let's talk about some everyday objects as tools. Magic doesn't necessarily begin with a ritual. It begins in a relationship with the items you have on hand and how you intentionally choose to use them. So you're probably going, what do I already have on hand that is a magical item that, if you're new to using objects with intention, or if you've been a practitioner for a while but you just kind of forgot the basics a little bit, now is a great time to take some notes. So let's talk about some everyday objects that you already have on hand that I'm willing to bet anything that you are going to be a little bit like, I can use it for that? Yes, you can. So let's talk about one of our favorite things that we love in the morning, and that's our cup of coffee or our cup of tea. Your mug or your cup is a great vessel for receptivity, nourishment, emotional space, because, hey, let's face it, you are using that mug as a vessel to nourish yourself and give yourself energy for the day. Or, remember how I said emotional space? Does your family know don't talk to you until after you've had at least 2 sips of your coffee or tea? Emotional space. Now let's talk about your keys. Car keys, house keys. Those are about access, permission, boundaries. You can actually use those in just everyday life all the time, right? But what if you chose to take it a step further? What if you chose to give those keys the intention of access to more than just your home, but access to your home becoming a space of peace? Because that's what we've been doing most this month, right? Clearing out energy, allowing ourselves some peace. Now let's talk about something that we all use on a daily basis, and yes, you do before you say you don't. Your phone. Your phone is a communication device, right? So who says that you can't intentionally use it for more than just talking and texting? And last but not least, a lot of you probably don't use this anymore, but I'm crazy old school, and I still very much use a notebook. And I use my notebooks for helping me decide where to plan, manifestation, how to see how my day is going. Journaling is a form of reflection, which you typically use a notebook for, right? All of those things are a tool in their own right. You just need to change the intention up a little bit. The magician reminds us objects don't hold power on their own, but if we give them attention and intention, that gives them a brand new purpose and a brand new life. You don't really even need to consecrate these items. While it does help, you only need to notice them and build that relationship with them. Now, let's shift from wanting to use these things to actually using these items. More often than not, when we feel stuck, it's not because we lack the tools. It's because we're waiting for permission or perfection. And I'm sorry to say, only you can give yourself permission, and perfection, you got a long wait, honey. So let's try working on permission. The magician frequently asks us whenever it pops up, either in a card reading or even just in our own intuition, what are you already holding that you have dismissed as ordinary? Momentum begins and magic begins when we stop underestimating ourselves. So to kind of help us stop underestimating ourselves and give ourselves a little more grace and a little more permission to be more than what we are, let's try a visualization exercise. I've definitely found recently, hence the hair being a little looser, that while I can do all these things just fine with my hair completely tied up and out of the way so it's not tickling my face and everything else, that it actually surprisingly seems to be playing nicer if I'm working on a visualization exercise. So, like my good self, get comfortable, whether that's in a sitting position, a standing position, a laying position. Get in a comfy way, because we're going to be here for, I'd say, anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes, all right? So once you're in your sitting, laying, standing position, I want you to put your hands either on your abdomen or on your legs, wherever is most comfortable, okay? And take one slow breath. Now imagine that you're standing at a table, simple, uncluttered. And on this table are objects from your real life. This could be your planner, a notepad, your phone. This could be your car keys. This table holds all the objects that you use every day. Nothing symbolic, just what you actually own and use every day. Now take a moment to notice what is drawing your attention. What feels supportive? What's always there for you? What do you frequently overlook? What do you notice that you use every day, but you just don't give it enough notice? Now take a moment and choose one item. one that draws you the most. Now pick it up with your mind's hand and silently say, I recognize the power I already have. Take a moment to notice the little details of this item and how many times that it has supported you, how many times that it has probably diverted all sorts of disaster. Notice just the little details of it, the color, the texture. And take a moment to thank it for all it has done for you. Now take another slow breath. And visualize using this item tomorrow with intention. Not perfectly, just consciously. Where is it going to be in your life tomorrow? What is it going to do to support you in your path to success? And again, you won't use it perfectly, just consciously. Now take a moment, let the power sink in, and let the image slowly fade away. I hope that exercise helped you. And always remember, the magician doesn't create power. They just remember it. And remembering is often more powerful than we will ever expect it to be. You don't need to become someone new. You don't need more tools. You don't need anything more than just yourself and to choose to work with what's already in front of you. If this resonated with you at all, notice what you already have today and allow small intentional actions to matter, to be more than just a sip of tea, to be more than just a quick note in your phone. Let them be more than just little things. And be sure to save this for the next time you feel stuck. That's where the magic actually lives. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope to see a huge change in all of your lives. And I will see all of you tomorrow.